What's up, you guys? I want to talk to you about detox. I've learned the secret of detox, okay? And it is this. You take 3 farm fresh eggs, freshly laid. You whip them up in a blender, shells and all, until the shells are like liquefied, until they're particulate in the matter. And then you put lemon pepper and 1 clove in the mix. You whip it up real good. And you take that concoction and you drink it in a cemetery on a moonlit night. You blink your eyes 3 times. Stick daffodils in both ears. Turn around once. The next morning, you'll be crapping rainbows. This is my impression and outlook on every detox website I have ever looked at. And for that matter, even offline. I'm just not sure about all this detox stuff, and because people talk about it a lot with fasting, and I'm not sure it's real. And however, it is now day 8 of my extended fast, and when I woke up this morning, I felt crappy. I had dry mouth, which I've been experiencing anyway. I had a slight headache, which I've been experiencing every day. Every morning I've been waking up with just a slight headache. Not like, a hangover, knock you over or something, but just a headache. But then when I got out of bed, I felt like all my muscles, my back hurt. I had pain back here in my neck. And I really felt like I had been to the gym and worked out just a bit too hard. Like it was painful, like walking was an exertion. So I was like, what is this? And today, all morning until probably 1 o'clock, even though I was working at my desk and I was trying to get some things finished, I just felt so weak today. And like my body just feels tired. So it was a rough day, but my thing is, none of it was like emergent. It wasn't like my body was going into shock. I wasn't having heart palpitations. I wasn't falling out on the floor or faint or anything like that. So what I did was I whipped out a device and I called my Uncle Google. And I put in signs of detox while fasting, or detox symptoms while fasting, or something like that. And I came to a website, and it appears, I'll put a link in the description so you know what I'm talking about. It appears to be written by a Christian, not that matters at all to me, but he or she, or whoever wrote the article, describes exactly a lot of the things that I've been feeling. In fact, many of the things I've been feeling. Throughout this fast, it's now day 8, I've never had this wild, super energy that some people talk about. I really haven't. I'm just being honest with you guys. Now, and that's different than ADF. When I'm doing ADF, intermittent fasting, when I'm doing my, day on, day off, normal routine, I feel a lot of energy on my fast days. It's explosive. I mean, I can do anything that I do on my eating days. In fact, I feel better than I do on my eating days as far as energy and mood and mental perspicacity. But yeah, this has just been a journey. I felt very weak, and to me, that's normal when I fast. I'm thinking a long-term fast is a time for rest. That's my perspective on it. But I keep reading about all these people that are like Superman and Superwoman out there running around. And it just really hasn't been, for the majority of the time, that hasn't been my story. So, the signs of detox that were on this page, I have like all of them. He even described like pain in your neck, like muscular pain, the weakness, the fatigue, just feeling tired. And he ties all that to detox symptoms. So I know that some of that stuff is real because, I have some detox symptoms, or at least symptoms that I don't normally have, some of which I'll describe for you. I mean, this is day 8, so this is the day it gets interesting, I guess. But besides the, the loose, watery stool, I know you guys are like, when will this guy quit talking about poop? I've noticed, I've had bad breath. I've had, that film. Look at that thing. I've had that film on my tongue, which I brushed my tongue and try to get it off, and nothing will remove it. If I use like blue mouthwash or something, it just dyes the whole thing blue. It looks like I just ate a popsicle or something. Popsicle. It's day 8. I'm almost there. And here's another thing. I've noticed that I stink. I do. I'm like, what the heck? I just showered. So I don't know if there's like stink coming out of my skin or what, but like more just stuff coming from inside. But anyway, I read up on these detox reactions, and a lot of them he mentioned. So if you have some scientific, if any of you out there watching this video have some scientific, you've read a scientific journal, or you've read something by, a real doctor or something like that, that's about detox, Herxheimer reactions, cleansing reactions, put a link in the comments for me, because I'd like to check out more stuff about detox. Because when you feel that weakness and you feel that tiredness and your muscles are aching like you worked out really hard, there's a temptation there to just say, well, this isn't normal. This is not a normal reaction. I think I have to eat. But, I sort of powered through the morning just to see how I'd feel in the afternoon. And I got out. I went for a drive. I actually went to the hospital for my shots that I get every 2 weeks. And now I feel fine. So, who knows? I don't know about detox. I'm kind of on the fence about detox. And none of the stuff that I've read by, real doctors really addresses detoxification. It's kind of an old idea. In fact, it's a very old idea. Like going back to ancient Egypt and the Greeks and stuff like that. That fasting causes your body to put out, to clean up, and which makes sense. But I would just like to see more, hard information about it. So that's basically what's been happening here on day 8. It's been an interesting day, a little challenging. I feel fine now. My goal was to clean the garage and to do some work in the garage today, and I just didn't have the energy for it. So I just said, the heck with it. I'm almost at the end of this fast. I don't want to break the fast unless I have to. So things will get done. Someone asked a question. I mentioned in a few videos ago, I mentioned the idea of set point, about our body's set point. And someone said, well, what do you do about your set point? And so the question I want to answer today is, why is it that people who lose weight, they go six months and they're losing weight, just like yours truly. Why is it that those people either stall, they plateau, or they gain all the weight back? And the answer is that your body has a set point, especially the older you get. Your body is like a thermostat, and this is straight out of Jason Fung's book, The Obesity Code. He says your body is like a thermostat, and when you take in a lot of calories, your body tries to burn those calories. So thermogenesis, it's called, the production of heat, the digestion, and the functioning of your body increases. Your body temperature goes up. Everything increases because your body is trying to burn those calories that you ate, those extra calories. The opposite of that is also true. When you don't eat enough calories, when you are going, like people who are on diets do. Ding, 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 ding. Think of it. When people are on diets, they are restricting their calories every day. That's what I'm talking about. The people that are calorie reduction as primary crap. The opposite works for them. The less they eat, eventually, when you're taking in fewer calories, eventually their body slows down. Their metabolism slows down. The processes of their metabolism slows down. In other words, the body equalizes. It wants homeostasis. It wants to compensate for whatever crazy mess you're trying to do to it. And it wants to be stable. So if you cut your calories, your metabolism will fall. And this is why dieters say they feel cold, they feel weak, they don't have energy, because their body's metabolism is slowing down because they're taking in fewer calories. Well, when you slow your body down, obviously, you're eating that, whatever it is, 1,800 calories a day, 1,200 calories a day, and your body is only, your metabolic processes have slowed. They came down from 1800 and they've slowed down to 1200 calories a day. And that's why you won't lose weight. That's why you plateau, and that's why it becomes difficult to keep that weight off. So the set point is over years and years of time. Your set point goes up. Let's say that my body, when I was 25, preferred a weight of 225 pounds. And that's actually probably pretty, it was a little more than that in terms, but let's just say 225 pounds. Well, as I've gotten older, I've gained weight a little bit every year. Maybe just 2 or 3 pounds every year. My weight has not remained stable. And then now my set point, as my weight has gone up, as my obesity has gone up, as the blood sugar and the insulin in my body has gone up and my resistance to insulin has gone up, my set point has gone up year by year by year until now I know it is somewhere in the range of 250, 260 pounds. Okay? So my set point, my body's stabilization area, the area where it thinks it should be, is far too high. And this is what happens with obese people. You gain weight over time. If you slow it down by dieting, you slow your metabolism down, you gain more weight, you get more insulin in your system, persistent insulin, because you're eating, you're eating your 6 little niblet meals every day, but your metabolism keeps dropping. We have a busted metabolism. Those of us who are in our 40s, 50s, 60s, a lot of us are dealing with this very issue, and it is the reason why we rebound with weight, why in the month of July that I talked about that was sort of a wash for me, why I gained weight and why I felt, when I fell off the wagon. I gained weight that month. And, so that's what makes it hard. So what do we do? The answer, it's because it's a cycle. See, our weight goes up, our insulin goes up, our set point goes up. So the answer to it is the answer to lowering our set point, the way that I need to get my body to go back to 240, 230, and 225, and 220, who knows, even miracles can happen. If I can get it down to that, it's going to take some time, because it took 3 decades to get it to where it's at. So it's going to take me some time to get it down. And the way that I have to do that is, this is the reason I'm taking longer fasts. That's why I bring this up in this conversation. I talked about insulin resistance a couple videos ago. It makes sense to talk about set point, your body's desired functioning range for your weight and your metabolism is because the answer is the same thing. I have to do longer fasting because I need to bring my insulin resistance down. I need my body to be more sensitive to insulin so that I can start ticking that set point back down. It is not going to happen in 6 months. It's not going to happen in a year probably. It's probably a 2 to 3 year process of taking some longer fasts to get my body used to insulin. To get insulin out of my system, the obesity goes down and the set point goes down. So that's the answer to that question. A few of you have asked, and I even saw a YouTuber yesterday who's like, why can't I lose weight? I should be losing weight. This is the reason why you don't lose weight, even if sometimes you have a caloric deficit. A lot of people think it's just calories in, calories out. Eat less, move more. This is the reason why that will not work. It will work short term, but see, your body is smarter than you and it adjusts, because it's like, so when you start eating less all the time, every day you're eating less, you lower that metabolism. And your body, because your body thinks it's a time of famine. You're losing weight, it's a time of famine. Your body is trying to help you. Your body is doing what it's supposed to do and stabilize your functioning from the outside environment, from the things that are happening. That's what it's supposed to do. And contrarily, by the same token, if you go and you go on a Mediterranean cruise and you eat Greek food for 2 weeks, it's probably pretty true that you're going to burn that off fairly quickly. Because your body, and check out, there's studies that you can read about overfeeding. They've done overfeeding studies. Doesn't that sound great? I want to be in one of those, like where they say, here, you're going to eat 5,000 calories a day, and we're going to check you out. Well, what happens is people, they do gain weight, but they don't gain weight the way researchers think they should, because their metabolism increases and they're burning more calories internally without doing anything else. So that's the issue with the body's set point, and that's what I'm up against, and that's what I'm dealing with. So if you've plateaued, if you're like, I don't understand what's wrong, this is something that needs to be calculated in our weight loss strategy. And the other thing is about fasting. Over and over again, I've read, and I believe it to a large extent. And I don't know about this longer fast, but in my normal day-to-day, alternate day fasting life, because my energy is so high and I'm so revved up, I really do believe, it's anecdotal, I know, but I really do believe that my metabolism is not falling. It's not dropping. So I really do believe that, that fasting will not lower your set point. It will not lower your metabolism. It will not lower it won't make your body think you're dying and starving. Whereas a normal everyday diet will do that. And that is why so many people plateau. And that is why at 6 months people stall. And that is why they can gain the weight back so easily. Well, that's what I want to talk about today. I'm glad I got on here. I feel stronger actually since I started this video. So leave your comments. Help me figure out what this detox mess is all about so I don't have to break this fast tomorrow morning if I wake up feeling like a pansy again. And eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we fast. See you tomorrow.